We're different here. We don't just get up for another day. We rise. We don't just work. We endeavor. We're women and men for and with others. We have hope, we believe, and we celebrate. Why are we different?
So we can be the difference.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to EGF Season 2. My name is George GNC, joined by the one and only Stan Greyheart Barker. And it is so fantastic that we are back with the spring split, and it's just feeling so good. It's just feeling so good to be back. So we are joined by Stan. How are you doing today, Stan? How are you doing? It's a pleasure to have you.
I'm doing very well. Glad to be here. Great to get on this broadcast, get a bit part of this tournament that's going on, coming in at week 9, but looking forward to seeing the plays as they happen. Yeah,
I mean, we've run a bit through the competition. Obviously, we are we've done the winter split, and we're now on to the spring split. We've seen who are the best teams in the league, and we are kicking off with an absolutely fantastic game between Marquette University and St. John University. It should be an absolute banger. I'm very excited for this one. The teams, they're getting ready to go into game. I'm seeing the team selections, and I'm seeing one of the teams is going to be France. So there is a change that we have had between the winter split and the spring split. We are moving from FIFA 20 to FIFA 21. So obviously lots of updates, lots of new player ratings, stuff like that. So that is very exciting. We're going to quickly go on to the schedule so we can show you guys what's going on today. So as you can see, Marquette University, St. John University for the first game. Then we've got Fairfield versus Xavier. Unfortunately, Manhattan versus Manhattan. That isn't quite right. That's supposed to be Manhattan versus William and Mary. Is going to be postponed for the third game.
That makes a lot more sense. I was looking at that last one going, my money's on Manhattan here. But as it is, unfortunately, not going to get to see that one. But very excited for this first one. As I say, top of the table clash. This is Liverpool versus Manchester City for those who are interested in the English Premier League, which is, of course, the one which we both have a bit of a vested interest in. However, our teams are at very varying ends of the table at the minute, George.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in real life, obviously, it's a bit of a weird one in the Premier League this season because Liverpool have had so many injuries. A lot of teams are having a lot of injuries. Obviously, VAR playing a big part as well this season.
A Liverpool fan talking about injuries, you do surprise me.
I mean, you know, it's been a rough one for Liverpool. No senior centre-backs, everything like that. But it does look like the players are about ready to get underway with this one. They're now starting up the game, and the players obviously warming up, putting their boots on, getting their socks on, and we're going to jump into game just about now, and I'm looking forward to this one. Obviously, the first game we're going to have with the fantastic Stan Greyheart Barker. I'm very much looking forward to it. But here we go, guys. First game of the spring split here at EGFC Season 2. Let's get into it. Let's get underway. It's the Revons plus Grandis, the Paris Saint-Germain Stadium, and we are ready to get this one underway. It's France versus France. What a surprise.
That's not even slightly confusing for a caster at all. I'm going to see, surprisingly, France kicking off the first half, but in this case, it's actually going to be, was it St. John's you said that we're following? So it's going to be St. John's with the kickoff.
Yeah, so it's going to be St. John's. The score sheet is the wrong way around. It's going to be St. John's in the blue, and it's going to be Manhattan in the white kit this time round. And I'm just going to sort these the in-game sheet out because obviously that could get a bit confusing for those of you that aren't quite following.
Marquette finding the early attack, making their way into the box. Going to see the pass back. Tackle is absolutely legit. VAR says no penalty whatsoever. So just going to see the ball being played back out by the French team in the blue strip, which is, of course, I should say, St. John's. They make their way forward, find their way onto the left wing, running through, trying to find a bit of skill, maybe looking for a potential bridge across. They're just going to play it inside to Pogba.
All sorted out now, though, for those of you that were a little bit confused. That was a decent chance there for Coman to get a chance, but it's going to go out for a corner. Lots of changes in FIFA 21, lots of new skills, as we are going to have a corner for St. John's University, whipped in, cleared away by the goalkeeper. There are a lot of changes, so lots of new skill moves, stuff like that, and a chance to break now.
Yeah, we're seeing Mbappe taking it inside, Kante with the chase, trying to get back, just hasn't got the pace to deal with the speed merchant, looking for the chip. It's not going to be enough to take it past Lloris.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation for their Mbappe. The keeper's done well. He's rushed out. He's cut the striker down. He's coming out, putting him under a lot of pressure, but can't quite find the chance to put it. Maybe should have just gone for a shot at the near post, but No judging here. Ben Yedder with a chance maybe. Can he get inside on that right foot? I know he favours it, but he's got the 5-star. Weak foot the shot. Great save. And it will go out for a corner.
It felt almost too focused on getting onto the right foot there. Maybe not entirely necessary. Great start to this match. Completely action-filled. We are going to see the header clearing the danger from the corner as the sliding tackle comes through. This is like watching the beginning of the Tottenham-Liverpool match. All action, but no goals so far. Exactly,
but I'm sure there will be some at some point in this game. As well, it's the two top teams. It's a great clash, and here comes Kingsley Coman. Can he get it in? No. It's going to go out for another corner. Fantastic defending, I have to say, from Marquette University.
Got to get that tackle right. Sliding in there for the third time. The corner is cleared. We're going to see Mbappe try and take things out on the wing. Looking to cut back inside, finding a cross potentially into the box. Runs it all the way himself. Looks for a tap, but is met by Hugo Lloris. Doing great work at both ends of the pitch.
What a fan! And it's a Spurs goalkeeper. Talking about Liverpool versus Spurs, it is a Spurs goalkeeper. Good save, does well, and could be a chance for Marquette to come forward. No, it's thwarted very early by St. John's, and maybe can come on attack of their own now. This has been an action-packed first half. Starts the first half, and Mbappe cuts inside. Can he find a pass? Great defending once again, and maybe it's just these players are getting used to FIFA 21. It is very much passing. It's very passing revolved. You've got to break down the defence. It's very difficult to do so. So maybe these players are just getting a little bit used to it. Obviously, we've switched from FIFA 20 to 21. So maybe just getting, testing the waters, so to speak.
Yeah. Finds Coman out on the wing. He looks to pass the ball into the box. It is going to be Mbappe on the other end of the pitch, forcing the save out of Lloris, and this time it's going to be a corner through to Marquette.
Yes, a great save once again from the French goalkeeper. I think Hugo Lloris down on both ends. Ball played back into the middle. Can he do anything there? No, it's Pavard, not the person that you really want to take a shot with, but it will go out for a corner once again. Griezmann going to look to whip it in.
Here it comes into the box, and yet again it's a big fist out from Lloris, finding the clearance. The diving header bravely there. He's going to keep possession in St. John's favour as they look to get up the other end of the pitch. You're saying how it's such a passing, revolving game. However, Mbappe has been trying to run every single ball on his own. He's actually going to just about manage to make the dispossession here. Has to try and turn it around. Varane finds the pass this time. Griezmann takes the shot on straight into the waiting arms of you-know-who, Hugo Lloris.
Well, Marquette have been let off there, I will be honest with you. Absolutely let off. That was a golden opportunity. Mendy scuffed the pass, and Mbappe, well, he looked like he should have just run through on goal, but they did well to clear it up, and could be a chance here coming forward once again. Can't quite find the pass. Good interception from Mendy as they get to now build up throughout the back.
Pogba plays the ball out yet again to Mbappe on the wing. He's having the vast percentage of play for both of these teams when it comes to the attacking third. And here he goes again, running down the left wing. Going to be taking Varane on yet again. Turns back inside. Perhaps going to look for the cross this time instead. Cutting the ball back inside.
Yeah, it's been an interesting game so far. Both teams trying to break down the defence. Good pass. Might have been offside. Hugo Lloris comes and collects it. But yeah, it's been a very interesting game so far. I'm not really too sure how to describe it, but both teams trying to break down the defences and not really succeeding. Obviously, very early on in the game, still got plenty of time for a goal to be scored. But another change for EGFC in this spring split. We are moving to a best-of-2 format now instead of just a best-of-1. So we'll be bringing you less games from teams, but we'll be bringing you more games from those teams, if that makes any sense at all.
Clear as mud. Ben Yedder finds Mbappe. It's going to be the tackle coming straight in. Varane doing great work yet again. Does feel like so far St. John's have had the better of this game. How do you feel, George?
Yeah, I would agree. They've been doing well on the attack. Honestly, I don't think either team has really had an advantage going forward. I think they both looked fairly decent, but St. John's maybe with a chance here. Blue Champ's obviously the player. It opens up for him. It's Ben Yedder. And great save from Hugo Lloris as I'm a stuttering mess, but whipped into the area. Varane gets there, and it looked like he probably could have just caught that, but puts it out for another corner.
Hey, that's goalkeepers in the modern era. They always look like they could just catch it, but better to be safe than sorry. So that lovely interplay between Griezmann and Ben Yedder a moment ago. Now it's Griezmann and Mbappe finding Ben Yedder, who's had that significant shot on target, trying to play the ball across. Not quite going to find Pogba, who looked to nod into the net. Instead, it's going to be Lloris breaking the ball open so that Marquette can come and counter-attack. Ball played inside. They're looking to try and get another play going, but yet again, it's St. John's who break it up and attack themselves.
So I could see what Blue Champs was trying to do there. He's trying to get it into the back post to Ben Yedder, but he could have just gone for the drilled cross instead of the, the lofted, but might be another chance here. Can he make better of that opportunity? He's really trying to work the ball with Ben Yedder here. Maybe not the best of players to do. He's very good at shooting, very good pace, but I wouldn't say he's really the player that you want to be doing the playmaking in that situation.
Half-time whistle coming at the end of this play as it is broken up by St. John's. We will go into half-time 0-0.
Fantastic game so far, I've got to say. Absolutely fantastic game as we go into the half-time break. But, I'm a little bit disappointed. We've had plenty of shots, shots on target. But I think there really has been a lack of, finishing from these absolutely fantastic teams. We've got Mbappe, we've got Ben Yedder, we've got Griezmann, these fantastic players, but they're just not hitting the back of the net. And as you can see, as we go into the tactics, it's a drop back long ball. If you don't know what long ball is, it basically means as soon as you get the ball, all your players up front are going to be making runs in behind. Drop back, obviously the players will be sitting on the edge of the penalty area. Very defensive football. Not really the best tactics for this FIFA, in my opinion. I prefer balance myself. Just gives you that you can adapt more. But here we go. We are underway with the second half. 0-0 here so far. But as we spoke about, it was definitely St. John's game to lose so far.
Yep, St. John's, however, find themselves on the defensive at the beginning of this second half. Both teams looking to make that first impact. And so far, St. John's are looking not likely to do it. It's Marquette! Instead, who find that first goal, and it's a cracking strike from Mbappe. That finishing you were asking for, George, it has arrived at the beginning of the second half.
It has arrived. Fantastic finishing. Well and truly. Absolutely beautiful goal. And there it is. That is a great start to the second half for Marquette, and St. John now need to bounce back as, they looked good. They looked really good in the first half, but, sometimes it just doesn't go your way in FIFA. Langley doing a great bit of defending, and Mendy going to kick it out. It's going to be a throw-in the defensive area for St. John's.
A lot of times you hear football commentators talking about the impact a goal just before half-time can make in terms of a regular game because it affects a team talk. Of course, that's not really the case when we're on the esports version. So here in FIFA, actually a goal straight after the half-time whistle is probably going to have more mental impact because all of a sudden, St. John's, they're playing from behind.
Exactly. They are going to be... It will have a mental impact, and here comes Kylian Mbappe. Can't quite find the shot. And Hugo Lloris does well enough, however, to send it out. Great header, but just over the bar. I think that was Varane once again. Absolute menace in the air.
Always going to be a big target in the box. Let's see if St. John's can find some of the form that put them so close to scoring in that first half. We saw the stats. 7 shots they had in comparison to 4 from the opposition in the first half. They've not found 1 in the opening 10 minutes of this half, however. Nice little 1-2 is going to find Coman out on the wing. Try and take the ball in. Cuts inside. Finds a bit of space away from the defender. Sure, he needs to find himself a pass. The tackle is good. No penalty there. Instead, it's going to be the counter-attack that's on as the tackle breaks it up. Counter-attacking. The counter-attack. Trying to find Ben Yedder. Not quite going to happen.
Yeah, so close there. So close, but the ball breaks kindly for them. St. John's, but it's another great tackle once again by Marquette. And that has really been the tale of the game so far, really, hasn't it? Just fantastic defending from Marquette University. They're doing really, really well. And that's a great turn from Mbappe. Can he find the shot off this angle? He can, but just wide of that left post. And it will go out for a goal kick. Paul's going to come out.
Thought I was going to see the net billowing for a second time there. Instead, we're going to be seeing some small changes. Interesting to see the change now from Ben Yedder to Martial. I actually felt slightly like St. John's were over-reliant on Ben Yedder. At the beginning of the game, they had that reliance on Mbappe, and things were working out quite nicely. Felt like they were going to get attacking returns. As soon as Ben Yedder started seeing more of the ball, I didn't get that feeling from St. John's, so I like the substitution.
Yeah, it's definitely a good substitution. Obviously, 60 minutes into the game, you need those fresh legs. And hopefully Martial can just bring that to the table. And it looks like he has already as he's getting the better of Mendy. Can he find the pass into the middle? We know they've been looking for that a fair amount. He's going to choose to go back into the midfield and maybe try to break down the defence and build it up through Pogba and Kante.
Classic Martial. Wide side foot when a back heel will do. Mbappe trying to juggle the ball around, trying to find a little bit of space to make the shot. Instead, he's going to be dispossessed by Pogba beautifully.
See, I like the play of trying to, find that gap, wriggling around with Mbappe, but it's just not going to work in this scenario. If you're going to do that, you need to throw in a few more chain skill moves, a few more, ball rolls, step overs, stuff like that. Maybe even a heel to heel here or there, but yeah, it's not going to work that time. But the thing is, for St. John, they just need to find that one moment where they can break through the defence. Maybe this could be it with Mbappe.
Back, he's going to turn, he's going to cut himself inside, perhaps looking for the pass, maybe take the shot, instead just going to win the corner. Every single time we see that ball, no corner even, every time we see that ball being played out to those wings, there's never a cross in whatsoever. It's a case of cutting, trying to find a shot, and it's just not coming off for St. John's.
Yes, a very difficult game so far, but you do have to remember this is a two-legged affair. There is plenty of time still in this one for St. John's to come back at it. But honestly, for the St. John's teammate, it could be a chance here for Griezmann, but no, he's put it wide. He's put it wide of the left post there. That was a really, really good opportunity. He shouldn't have been missing that.
Yeah, real clear-cut opportunity. At the very least, expect the shot on target for a player of Griezmann's quality. It was not to be, however. Yet again, it's going to be Marquette who find themselves somewhat let off by St. John's inability to make that net billow. Now it's going to be at the other end of the pitch where the danger comes through. Coman making the break on the right. He's juggling the ball around. He finds the feet of Lloris, who dives in and just about clears the ball away.
Oh, that was sketchy stuff from Hugo, I'm not going to lie. Obviously coming out, Coman could have got the better of him, but here's Coman coming in again, Lenglet with a good tackle. We've seen those been given as a penalty before on this FIFA. There are some very suspect penalties been given, but Griezmann going to make the run in behind. Can he find him, however? He has found him this time. Varane versus Griezmann.
It's going to be Griezmann breaking through, turning this way, turning that way, unfortunately finding the feet. I believe it was Varane in the end. Now Pogba breaking free one more time.
Yeah, it was really good defending once again. It's just waiting for him to make the mistake instead of, going towards him and trying to force it. He's just waiting. He knows that he can, defend any of the opportunities that he gets. But here comes Ben Yedder. He's going to cut inside. Can't quite find it this time, though. Mendy, can he get it clear? No. Coman's still on the ball. Can he get it in the middle? No. Mendy's defending so well here in this defence. He's won it back.
Ben Yedder looking to try and find a shot. He's going to find the shot, forces the parry out of Lloris. Now the clearance comes on, the counter-attack is on, but it's immediately broken up by Pogba, playing the ball back outside to Griezmann. The place broken up by Kante. Still feels like there's a goal in this one with 10 minutes on the clock.
There's surely got to be one more goal in this game. Well, so if you're St. John, you've got to feel like you can get something because they've been playing really well. Maybe not as much in the second half, but for St. John, get one back before the full-time whistle, and you're really going to be back in with a chance in this one. As Blue Champ's teammates probably going to be saying to him, "Come on, you can get one back. Just make it a little bit more easier for me." But here comes Mbappe striding forward against Lenglet.
I think I just saw the team press activation come through as well. It's going to tire players out, but with 5 minutes left and needing to find an equaliser, why not? And now St. John's, they win the ball back. They look to make the break, knowing they can't have many chances left. The ball to the wrong player is certainly not going to help you. You want a blue shirt, not a white one, son.
For Griezmann, obviously, looking to try and build up that one last chance, but Mendy has just been an absolute powerhouse for Marquette in this defence. He just isn't letting any ball go past him. And it's going to be him versus Martial again, and does well. He has managed to get the run past him, and he's done better. Can he find the shot, though? It's going to go across goal. Surely, no. He goes to the pass in the middle. It's going to go for a corner, though.
Oh, and there's an attacking playmaker. That's the one you hate. No one making the run. That's where you need your Edison Cavani running across the box. And now the ball is going to fall to Pogba. It's going to come back to Lenglet. He cuts the ball back outside to Pogba, who's been tackled. And now the break is on for Griezmann as he tries to rush out this last couple of minutes. But the big sliding tackle is enough to find a block. The foul is given, and this is going to be full-time blown on the back of this free kick. It's going to be a 1-0 win to Marquette.
It is indeed going to be the 1-0 win to Marquette. It's an absolutely great game from them. They've done really, really well to take that win. And, well, I don't really know what to say about that one, honestly. St. John, they looked in control throughout the whole of the game, but they just couldn't find the finishing touch.
Yeah, that was basically very much the case, especially in the first half. Really felt like St. John's, they were the ones with aggression, but as you've seen so many games of football, didn't make it count when they had their opportunities. Unfortunately, they do go down 1-0 in this one. But as you say, we've now changed the format, so it's this best of two. So explain to me how that's going to win with the aggregate scoring.
So obviously Marquette now going to go into the second game. They're going to be playing at home with this one. Obviously, a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter if you're home or away. It's kind of like a myth, a FIFA myth kind of thing. But Marquette going to be going into the second game with a 1-0 aggregate advantage. St. John's now need to win by 2 goals, or they need to score themselves 1 to get it to go to that golden goal.
Okay, well, we will see if they are able to do that, because we are going to be getting into the game very, very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. The players are going to look to just rush into this one as fast as they can. So we are going to be switching players. However, we're going to be switching, not necessarily, perspective, but we are going to be switching whichever player is going to be playing for this one. So St. John and Marquette both going to switch up the players. As you know, it used to be we would do it as 2v2 style format. So it'd be a co-op game, so to speak. But now we're doing it 1v1, but it switches round after each aggregate just to make it a little bit more interesting. And I'm not too sure how we're going to go ahead with this one, whether we are going to be getting a different player's perspective, or
I was going to say, do we have a different stream, or?
I'm not too sure. So we are going to quickly throw it to a quick break while we sort this one out, and then we'll be back at it with some more FIFA 21 action. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Season 2 of EGFC Spring Split. And as you can see, Marquette versus St. John University, Marquette are winning 1-0, and we're about ready to get into the second game. My name is George GNC, and I'm joined by Stan Greyheart Barker. Fantastic first game, I was really impressed with it. Hopefully we can see some better finishing capabilities from the players in the second game.
It was a really fun game to watch. As a neutral, if I'd been watching that one, I am a neutral, and I was watching that one. I would still be happy with that, even if it ended 0-0, because it was such an attacking game. But always good to see a goal or two. Like say, maybe we get more this time. Really shows the players are still adjusting to the switch to FIFA 21, because we've come over to that one from FIFA 20, and there are just those small little changes that make it that little bit trickier to find your feet.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like one of the big things with FIFA 21 is skill moves are very important in this game, as opposed to last year. You see with the professionals now, lots of chained skill moves. Heel to heels is a very strong one. You flick your right stick forward, twice back, and it knocks it between the heels. It gives you a little bit of a pace boost. There have been a lot of skill moves that have been nerfed this year. We've got the ball rolls. They've been heavily nerfed. The bridge move, which is basically a massive touch forward to kind of go around the player. Lots and lots of nerfed skill moves, Stan. Lots indeed. But we are about ready to get into the second game here between St. John and Marquette University. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm very excited. So, without further ado, let's get underway with it.
Let's get into that game. Big question on everybody's mind. Will it be France versus France again? The answer coming up in just a few moments' time. It's certainly going to be at least one French team.
I think it's the Netherlands
on the pitch, however. So is this going to be the Netherlands? It is indeed. This is a team I always used to support as a kid when it came into the big international tournaments, especially when the UK, as in England, got knocked out.
I think Netherlands.
Let's be honest, quite often.
Yeah, exactly. I think Netherlands have just got such a big history, as a international football team. Such a good history. You think of the top players, your Komans, your Cruyff, there's just so many. There's so many amazing Netherlands players, and we could even be looking at some right now with the likes of Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, yeah. Terrific centre-back. Already seeing the pressure coming in from Griezmann. It's going to be St. John's, I believe, playing as France once more. Last time round, they found all the early attacking play despite losing the game 1-0. This time, it is going to be Marquette as Netherlands rather than France. They're still yet to find the way out of their own half.
And another thing about Netherlands, which is so underrated, is the amount of young talent they have. Obviously, some of the young talent isn't so young anymore. The likes of Bergwijn, Proms, you've got De Ligt. You've got De Jong as well, who is pressing Koeman currently. Good tackle, will take the ball away from him. There are just so many amazing young prospects from the Netherlands. You've got Van der Sep currently playing for Liverpool. There are just so many as they look to get their first attack here.
Bergwijn finds the ball out wide, and now it's gone to the other side as that ball comes out. It's going to be Depay looking for the diving header, denied only by his own lack of height or jumping as Kante passed the ball to Griezmann, and the break is on. St. John's look to find the ball through to Mbappe. Beautiful break is on. Will he look for the early shot?
Ooh.
Potential placed shot forces the diving save out of the keeper.
Really nice save from the keeper there. It's a difficult shot to save, especially on this FIFA. The shot across goal is rather strong. I would have maybe liked to have seen a near post. A lot of people underrate the near post this year. If you run it down the wing and your opponent gives you the chance to take the inside, just shoot at the near post. The amount of time you scored the near post shots is ridiculous. This weekend, I scored no end of near post shots with Mohamed Salah. So there is a lot of opportunity this FIFA, especially with the shooting. That is one thing they revamped this year, is the finishing ability. There are so many different scenarios you can score from, as opposed to last year. It was very much just like, you can only really go near post.
Heard it here first. No end of goals for George GNC on FIFA. I'd like to think that you're like the FIFA version of me in real life.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean,
I score a lot of goals in my five-a-side league. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I mean, on FIFA, potentially, I'm not the greatest. I finished gold 2. I was one game off gold 1. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. I got beat by a hacker on PC, so a little bit salty, but a little bit salty. But it is what it is. Maybe one day they'll fix the PC version. But so far in this game, 20 minutes in, there have been a couple of chances for St. John's. Obviously, 1-0 down on aggregates. Good chance in behind for Griezmann. Whips it in. Back post. Oh, it's a scuffed shot from Martial. Will it go in, however? No. Goalkeeper does well. I think it would have been a free kick anyway. Mbappe obviously ran into the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Stillerson doing well, though, for the second time in the game. I love that early ball, though. I felt like we didn't see that enough from these breaks onto the wing from people like Griezmann, Ben Yedder. This time, however, that ball came in early. Will we see the same from Mbappe? Good skills, going to find a bit of separation as he looks to take the ball into the box. Still hitting that skill stick, and is going to find Martial, who breaks free and finds the back of the net. We are one apiece.
Absolutely fantastic goal from Martial. The touch was absolutely fantastic. The touch to just go past that last defender. The defender lunged in. He got the advantage. Great shot across goal. And now we are at one apiece. 28 minutes into this game. The deadlock has been broken. The question is, can Marquette rebound from this one? Can they bounce back?
Dispossessed of the ball. Going to see the break once again coming through. Just like in the last game. So much early pressure comes in from St. John's. I thought that was going to be a yellow card, but instead it's just going to be the throw-in for St. John's. Bergwijn trying to close Koeman down and winning himself a throw-in.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I'm having is this a very defensive game plan from Marquette. They're defending, they're coming back very deep. It's obvious they're playing drop back. And that is definitely thwarting their chance going forward. But there is a chance for Quincy Promes, and that is 1-1. They have found the lead once again.
Back of the net found in style by the young Dutchman, and that is going to restore lead, as you say, over to Marquette. They've been playing defensive. They found their way out. They found the lead once more.
Well, that was definitely a curse right there, me saying that they haven't really had many chances going forward. But the first one, the first real one they've had, they have definitely taken. It was a really nice goal. It was all about the pass, though, let's be honest. A little cross might be another chance coming forward. Hatboa can't quite find the pass in the middle.
We're going to see the break coming through as France look to try and find the lead in this game, trying to restore parity to this two-legged tie again. But they keep losing out on possession. The ball goes out for a throw to the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's been a really good game so far. I'm really impressed, obviously, by the top two teams here in this in the EGF season. Obviously, both of them coming in as the top two favourites. But my question is there going to be any late runners, any dark horses in this competition? Obviously, we've still got the whole of the spring split to see if anybody can make a comeback. So it'll be interesting to see if they can do that, as one of these teams is going to be dropping points here today. Let's be honest, one of them is going to be dropping something. So it'll be interesting to see if the other teams can capitalise.
Advantage played as France push forward. Marshall taking the ball once more into the box, having found the opening goal of this match, unable to find a brace.
Yeah, I was unlucky there. It was a good bit of defending once again. And Hatboa looking to come forward, hasn't really got very much pace, is going to have to cut back inside to go past Mendy. But it's really nice, little 1-2 football. Could have played the ball back outside to Hatboa. Proms, can he get the better of Varane? Not this time. Needs to be careful. Passing it out from the back. Does well. Still 1-1 here. It is obviously 2-1 in this game to Marquette on aggregate.
We are seeing things working out quite nicely tactically for Marquette, who still have that lead in the tie on average. They may even be able to increase it further. Promise, who's got a goal to his name, strikes the ball again, but the deflection comes through as Varane makes the tackle.
That was very, very close, that one, wasn't it? It was very close, and that's going to be a yellow card for a late tackle there. For Winstall, I don't know how to pronounce his name, not even heard of him, but a shot, audacious effort, and that will be the half-time whistle. Being blown at 1-1 in this game, 2-1 in aggregate to Marquette.
Yeah, Mark, they have the lead. I do have to ask you, what are your thoughts about the pick of the Netherlands here from Marquette? Felt like they were taking a team that was slightly more defensively set up, not just in tactics, but also in the players they had to their disposal. At first, I thought this was maybe going to come back and bite them, but finding that goal means they can now drop back and defend again.
I like it. I really like it. I think the reason why everyone takes France is obviously, you've got your Pogbas, you've got your Kante, best two CDMs in my opinion from the Premier League at least. Then you got Mbappe, best base striker in the game. So yeah, I think it's obviously a risky decision to take Netherlands, but you've got Van Dijk, you've got De Ligt, you've got De Jong, you've also got Promes, maybe a little bit weaker on paper, but it just depends on your play style really. Mbappe going to cut the ball out there and going to win back possession for St. John, but yeah, I like it. It's better than seeing, France versus France every game.
It really is. It's nice to have that change coming through. My all-time favourite footballer, played for the Dutch squad for many years, Edgar Davids. I loved him because he wore glasses, and so did I. We are seeing Mbappe breaking through, trying to make things 2-2 on aggregate. Instead, it's going to fall to Coman, who strikes the ball clean over the bar.
So my question there is, why not just go for the shot near post? You had the open near post there, and you tried to pass it across the box. I feel like it might just be a point of trying to get used to the new game, maybe. Obviously, just it's muscle memory kind of thing. You get the ball there, you want to pass it across goal, but you really need to be taking advantage of the near post there and taking that shot. The keeper would have had no chance. Just power near post. I feel like that would have been a goal. Chance here. Mbappe, can he find a shot? Once again, the defender's coming across. Just cut back inside. There's nothing wrong with recycling the ball, resetting the play, keeping possession.
Griezmann finding so much space when he gets the ball in midfield, but as soon as we get anywhere near those shooting opportunities from Mbappe, it's closed down on the other side. To play, looks inside, finds Promes, finds the goal, finds a 3-1 lead for Marquette.
That is such a great pass, but I've got to be honest, Hugo Lloris really got to be doing better there. He's got the save, but he just hasn't got the strength in his wrist. I'm not sure if it was his wrist or his leg where he saved it, but he just hasn't got the strength to keep it out. It's come off him and gone to the back of the net, but there it is. Marquette University now taking the 2-goal advantage, and St. John University, they now need to get 2 goals in the last 30 minutes of this game.
going to be a big ask, given that we've seen 100 and, well, no, more than 120 minutes of play, 150, and they've only scored the one. Now they've got to find the net twice. The question is, will desperation birth some real skill plays coming in? We are seeing yet another counterplay coming in from the Netherlands. They're looking to hold the ball. They're looking maybe to find another goal to make this an insurmountable gap. Not on this attack.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just Marquette are just playing a lot more creatively. All we've seen really from St. John's is just pace down the wing. They've beaten the defender, but when it comes down to the last pass, that was a great pass there for Griezmann to run onto. Maybe going to be a chance here.
He's looked back inside, finding the 1-2 onto Coman, but yet again the block comes through, and this defensive duo of Delete and Van Dijk has been so strong. However, the running out of the back there didn't look like it was going to work. I think the foul was called as we see some tactical changes being made. Yeah,
it's literally just the point for me is just literally they're just not creative enough in the final third. Where it is this chance to potentially, pass it across the box, they're going for the pass across the box. Maybe just look for the shot at the near post. Maybe cut back inside, pass it to one of your CDMs, get it recycled. I don't know. I feel like it's just a fact of getting used to the new game, maybe.
Ben Yedder replaces Griezmann, those fresh legs onto the pitch. We're seeing Mendy trying to win this battle on the side, managing to do so and find Coman. Here comes that tactic once more. This time, will it bring any fruit as Coman runs it down the wing, plays the ball straight into the feet of De Jong, who has had the number of the young Frenchman for the entire game so far. Coman trying to find something, but he is running out of energy. Martial, on the other hand, finds Mbappe, but the ball is directed straight into the feet of Van Dijk, and the Liverpool stalwart does great work. Now it's going to be Hadbour bringing the ball forward, try and take it down the right wing, just buying a bit of extra time here for Marquette, but the ball is given away.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's might be a problem with tactics maybe for St. John's. I'm seeing a few of the strikers, wait when he's running it down the wing. They're kind of waiting on the edge of the box. I'd want them definitely getting in the box if you're going to play that style of football, so you can pass it across. Great interception by Bergwijn once again, and Netherlands. Yeah, a little bit sloppy once again. And I think that's definitely been the story of this game. It's been a bit casual really for St. John's. Obviously, it's a hard game. Top two teams in the league. But some of the passes, some of the the chances going forward just lack that killer instinct. Depay with a chance, gives it to Wijnaldum. Great save from Hugo Lloris. Send it out for a corner.
Lloris at least showing strong wrists on this save, stopping the ball going into the roof of the net. It does certainly look like Marquette are bound to be at the top of the table at the end of this matchup, unless something dramatic comes out of St. John's. They're looking for the tactical change, perhaps not feeling like things are working, as you were just saying.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I feel like maybe it's just a fact of he's not really slinging enough players forward. Obviously, you look at the bench. What have you really got apart from Ben Yedder? You've got Digne, you've got Giroud, a player that really doesn't have much pace at all. And this game is a lot about pace. He's a great super sub
in real life, but you
FIFA,
can't really be doing that on FIFA.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree there. It's definitely one of the situations where, you'd like to bring him on, but he's just not really good enough on FIFA to be used. Sure, aerial threat, but it's not really anything. And it looks like it might just be held up in the corner. No, it's going to be offside given, and they're going to have to reset.
On the back of that change, we just saw potentially coming in for France, Netherlands also making a substitution. The early goal scorer, Promes, taken off for, I believe it was I've actually forgotten who it was, but it was a defensive player. I think it might have been Donny van der Beek. But it's just going to give that extra little bit of defence, shoring things up for the Netherlands as they look to protect not just the lead in this game, but the extra goal lead they've got in aggregate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really like the play of trying to pass it around the back. I hope we don't see it, just because you got the 2-goal lead and you haven't really had too much trouble defensively. Ben Yedder coming forward. Now this is a super sub player. This is a massive super sub. See if he can do anything in particular. Gets the ball into Mbappe. Can he find the shot near post? Can't quite find the target. I mean, he's hit the target, but he's just not got it in the place you want it to be. And Lenglet gets up, wins the header. It's a goal back. And now it is 2-2 on aggregate. 1-goal lead for Marquette University.
3-2 on aggregate to Marquette. They are only just hanging on to this one. They found themselves under pressure. We saw Mbappe, unlucky Nucket to find the goal. Suddenly, that equaliser for this game. The goal that puts it back to just the 1-goal lead comes in, and now we have got an enthralling last 10 minutes of play on our hands. The question is, can this French team, controlled by St. John's, find another goal.
Oh, you just throw everything at it now. You've just got to throw everything at it. The question is, can they get the next goal? Can they find one more chance on target? Ben Yedder, he's trying to work that defence. He's trying to find Mbappe. You can tell he knows he wants to find that man and maybe just forced it a bit too much. A lot of pressure, though. Needs to be careful. Clears it away. Does get it away, and it will go out for a throw-in the way of St. John University.
Franks are throwing their kitchen sink at this game now. They are looking to try and find that goal, but there are just so many orange shirts in the box when the attacking players come through. Mbappe looking for that one moment of magic that so far he's not been able to produce in this series. Ball goes out to the side. Mende, he's done great defensive work. Now he looks to make the attack. I think he took the ball out of play. Ball has the referee, however, has given a corner. Out comes the big fist, and it is going to be enough to take the ball out from Sillessen. Ball played once again from France. They are completely dominating possession. They almost find an equaliser. Fingertip save from Sillessen. We've got another corner. We know how this one went down last time. Not the same this time.
Ben Yedder going to come forward. There is enough time for maybe 1-2 more chances. Coman gets sent out wide. Can he find the pass in the middle? We know that's what he's looking for. Great pass to Martial. Finds Ben Yedder. Can he find the shot? Blocked. Ben Yedder can't quite get back onto it. Referee's going to call the free kick, and I think that might just be the killer. It's so good from St. John's, but it's just been too little too late. Maybe if he would have gone for the tactics a few minutes before, and oh no, what has Hugo Lloris done? Doesn't matter. It's a full-time whistle being blown, and it will be 3-2 to Marquette University on aggregate. Wow.
What a cracking couple of games that we have just seen as our first match of the night. Our two top-of-the-table teams in St. John's and Marquette. They did an absolutely fantastic job of going to war with each other. The battle was won by Marquette.
Yeah, wow, what a fantastic game. What an absolutely fantastic game. Honestly, we couldn't have asked for anything better for our first game of the season than that. There was absolutely beautiful stuff from both teams. I'm very proud of both teams, and hopefully this is a sign of good things to come for our next game coming up, which will be Fairfield University versus Xavier University. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We're going to go to a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be right back with some more FIFA 21 action.
We're different here.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to EGFC Season 2 Spring Split. We are here with Fairfield University versus Xavier University, and I'm ready for this one. We are jumping straight into game, as we were a little bit behind schedule, so we're just going to jump straight into this one. And we have already got some buffering, so I do apologise about these issues. We'll just have to wait until the stream gets back to normal. But yeah, it seems like we are having a few errors, so we are just going to jump back and see if we can get this fixed. Seems like it might be alright for now, actually. There is going to be a pause coming out. It seems like the players are having some lag as well. So we'll see if we can get this one fixed. But yeah, it should be a fairly decent game. Xavier, obviously, versus Fairfield. You know, both of these teams are very decent teams. If you weren't here for the first game, obviously Marquette versus St. John. Marquette ended up winning, what was it, 3-1 on aggregate or 4-1 on aggregate?
3-2 in the end.
3-2 on aggregate. Can't even remember the own score. It's absolutely terrible. But here in this game, obviously, we've just kicked off. It's going to be Portugal versus France this time. So Portugal, obviously, very interesting pick. Not one we see very often at all, to be honest.
Might as well get yourself Cristiano Ronaldo on your team. It's going to be Xavier, who are playing as Portugal. Looking at the split stats from winter, it does look like Fairfield were just very slightly above Xavier in the standings, having that one game better win-loss difference. So it's be a nice win for Xavier to pick up, should they be able to, and try and turn things around a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the problem, my main problem with the team selection for Portugal is you don't really have decent centre backs. You got Pepe and Diaz. You know, Diaz is okay, obviously Man City player, but Pepe is a bit old, to be honest. But here's an early chance for Ben Yedder, and he's going to take it. That is the first goal straight away, and he's going to be going the way of Fairfield University. Fantastic start to the game.
Good stuff. Sorry, I'm slightly behind you on that one, so either way, it's a cracking goal. We see the game already resumed back into the action with an attack coming through for France. It's going to be Mbappe just trying to take the ball, trying to find a second goal for his team. Unable to get past old man Pepe.
Yeah, obviously we are having a few stream issues due to the maybe a few internet problems. A few of the schools obviously suffering from heavy snow at the moment. A few of the schools have been snowed in. That's the reason for one of the postponage of their games. But yeah, so there could be a few internet issues. So if there are any problems on the stream, we'll have to sort them out as they come. But another chance coming forward for Mbappe. Lovely bridge move for the touch forward and the shot. Great save from the goalkeeper. It is going to go out for a corner kick.
Mbappe making all of the early difference between these two teams, much as we saw in the first game between St. John's and Marquette. The difference being that the breakthrough already hadn't been found by France, and they almost found a second on the back of that header from the corner.
It was a really nice play so far from Fairfield. Obviously showing that they know how to play this FIFA 21 game with the bridge move. It is very, very strong. It is due to be nerfed on console. It just got nerfed on PC. So yeah, obviously showing that they've done their research. They know what is strong. And obviously going to bring it into this game. Lovely La Croqueta from Mbappe. Can't quite make enough space, though, to get past the Portugal defence. But here comes Cristiano Ronaldo.
Bursting down the left, a lot of the pressure is going to be on his shoulders in this game to make things worse here. And João Felix leading that attack for Portugal, but it's going to break down very, very quickly. And yet again, it is going to be Fairfield on the attack, finding the ball out on the wing to Martial, who's just breaking through the defenders, cuts the ball inside, finds Ben Yedder, back out once more to Martial, tries to play the ball outside of Pereira, but not too big.
Yeah, looking for that bridge move once again and really trying to, I don't want to say abuse it, but he's looking to use it quite heavily. which is fair enough. You know, if it gives you an advantage in the game, you've got to try and use it. And a nice ball roll from Griezmann as he's looking to play the ball in the middle. Can't quite find anyone. Gets the ball to Pogba, and he's looking to find someone to use that bridge move with once again, potentially. Ben Yedder looks for Mbappe. Can't quite find him this time.
Final pass not quite coming off. Portugal's chance to come forward. Is this really a case of seeing the difference between why France is such a regularly picked up team and Portugal maybe are not? Or does this come down to player handling?
I think it's definitely the team difference. I mean, it's a player difference as well, the player handling, and here comes Mbappe. Should be able to find the finish, and he does. That's going to be 2-0 to Fairfield here, 23 minutes into this game. And like you said, you know, is it player handling or is it maybe just team difference? I think it's a bit of both. It's clear to see that the Fairfield player is definitely a decent player. He knows what he's doing. He's using the bridge move a lot. Obviously having some stream issues. Do apologise about that. Fairfield player knows what he's doing. He's using the bridge move. He's using those ball rolls, the la croqueta, stuff like that. And obviously having France makes it even easier for him. But as you can see with the possession stats, it's very one-sided at the moment. It's going to be very difficult for Xavier University in this one.
It is going to be tough. The question is, can they have a certain amount of damage limitation? Because we're now running these best-of-2 series. So, this could be a 3-0 goal. Damage limitation! Damage limitation! Damage done. 3-0 Fairfield.
I don't know what to say about that one, I'll be honest. It's just so difficult now for Xavier because the defence is, well, the defence is non-existent for Portugal, I'll be honest. You know, you've got Cancelo, you've got a few other players. He's playing Cancelo at left-back, so it's very obvious that he's trying to make the most of what players he has, but you know, you've obviously got Bruno Fernandes as well, which is one player that you definitely can't not speak about. He's a superstar in real life, earning his first Team of the Year card this year in Ultimate Team for his efforts at both was it Porto and Manchester United. So you know, obviously playing very well.
Breaking through, taking the ball back inside, looking for the pass. Griezmann lays it back out to Pogba, who's just reset the move, taking the ball back outside. Tries to find the through ball, not quite going to happen, but yet again, possession retained in the opposition third by the French team, controlled by Fairfield.
Yeah, so far in this game, it's been well, it's been weird, to be honest. Obviously, there is a massive gap in obviously the player difference. The Xavier player is obviously trying to do something, but can't quite do anything because Fairfield is just pressing and pressing and pressing, and it's good to see because obviously it shows that there is a high skill ceiling in this competition. But so far in this game, it's just been a bit of a walkover so far for Fairfield. Hopefully Xavier can come back at it in the second half, or maybe even in the second game with a switch of teams. I definitely don't want to see this Portugal again.
Yeah, I think that is completely fair. As you said, there will be a second game. I was talking about that damage limitation just as that third goal went in to really highlight the point. Of course, we will get that second match, and if you're not too far behind, perhaps you make something happen. It's looking tough for Xavier, but maybe they can make something happen here, find themselves a goal back. First opportunity to really attack this French defence. And the French defence stand tall. Martial now comes down the other end of the pitch trying to break through. Mbappe's going to find the ball on the edge of the box, looking for a play inside. Tries to bridge, just manages to get a touch, but out comes Patricio, and the Wolves keeper makes it look easy.
Yeah, exactly, and that's another thing, isn't it? The Wolves keeper, 83 rated. Not by any means the best player of all time, but you know he's a decent, he's a solid goalkeeper. You know, he's a solid goalkeeper. He had a bit
of a slip up on the weekend.
I didn't watch the game, so I would not know.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I'm not going to lie to you.
But yeah, I don't want to see it's Portugal, and I made a slip up on the Bruno Fernandes comment. He played for Sporting Lisbon, not Porto, which I definitely should have known. But you know, I feel like definitely Bruno, Cristiano Ronaldo, João Felix, the right backs, should I say? They've got plenty of them. Pereira, they've got Cancelo. Who else have they got? Semedo as well. There's 3 insane right backs for Portugal. Obviously, you can only play 2 of them at left back and right back. I would even say play one at centre back. I would just play one of them. Yeah, exactly. Or even rather than Diaz, to be honest. But so far in this game, it's just massive team difference. I don't think it made much of a difference because Fairfield's player is very, very good at the game, and here comes Mbappe. Could have taken the shot, but chooses not to. He's just taking the mickey out of him now, isn't he? Let's be honest. There's the goal from Mbappe. It's going to be 4-0. Wriggles around, twists and turns, gets past the defender, puts it in the back of the net. 4-0.
Absolutely disgusting skills. In the Premier League over here in the UK, we saw a couple of contenders for goal of the season this weekend. Here on FIFA, that's definitely been the goal of the night so far in terms of the skill shown by Mbappe. And I don't think it's trying to make a mockery of your opposition, but it certainly shows the skill the Fairfield player has got at their disposal.
Definitely, I think it's just showing everybody in the competition. You know, we might not have been one of the top teams in the first split, but right now on this game, we are definitely one of the top teams. Martial with a chance, good save from the Portugal goalkeeper.
I mean, of course, you know, the old adage of game of two halves does start to come in as we see an attempt at a bicycle kick not quite working out. You know, in this case, it's going to be a literal game of two games because we're going to have that second aggregate game as we see the ball taken out of play with the attempted skill. So there is, of course, the opportunity for, you know, the reverse sweep, maybe a 5-0 in the next game if we see some different teams, different players coming in, but it's going to be a hard uphill battle for Xavier to come back into this one. Fairfield looking very, very good. This is the potential I want to see. The attacking players are so strong for Xavier. Now they look to try and break through, try to find a goal, try to take away the clean sheet. But Lloris yet again isn't even tested.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's different players, which is a massive thing. Obviously, different players, different teams. So there's going to be a massive change in the second game. And hopefully we could see Xavier with a fairer advantage, a fairer matchup, so to speak. But Mbappe with another chance, cuts back inside, takes a shot on. It's just wide of the post. Obviously a little bit off balance there, and Mbappe, well, he's just running the show in this game.
Yeah, and I think that change of players is a big part of why we see this Fairfield team trying to be so clinical here, trying to put the game to bed in the first leg. It's a bit like if you're running a relay and you're the first runner, you want to give the best possible lead to your next baton holder that you possibly can, because you're not going to get to take any further part in the race. So you might as well give it all in your part. Right now, we do see Xavier's player trying to do his best to do his all. He's just not able to find the net.
Yeah, it was a decent opportunity. Obviously, a little bit unlucky that Bruno couldn't quite find the touch. But, you know, I think it's definitely a fact of what's the scoreline going to be, not if he can come back here, and that's going to be Mbappe. That is going to be 5. And, well, I think the game might already be over for the second leg, to be honest, unless there is an equally one-sided game on the other side of things. But you never know. You never know what can happen. That is the fantastic part of FIFA. And, you know, it's so difficult because I hate to see these games where it's such a one-sided goal advantage, but almost a chance there for Xavier to get a goal back. It's just, it sucks when you're watching a game and there's such a landslide of goals going one way.
And George, as a West Brom fan, I can tell you I hate to see these types of games as well. Unfortunately, I get to see them all too often, as was evidence with that Man City game just a week or so ago. Oh, it made me the sad.
It makes you the sad. I love that. But, you know, it's difficult, especially for new teams coming into the Premier League. And there is a chance. Silva, can he find the shot? No, great save from the goalkeeper. Great save from Hugo Lloris once again. And maybe straight down. Great pass. Can he find the shot? No. It's going to be a penalty! It's going to be a penalty for Xavier, and although it does not mean too much in the standings of this game, it could mean quite a lot coming into the second game. It's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo turning off the aim so he can't see, and he's hit the bar. What has he done? Rafa, though, can he find the finish? No, it is going to go out for a corner, and they are the opportunities you need to be scoring.
I think I'm just about a second or two ahead of you on the stream. I didn't mean to play spoiler at all, but that's not what you want to see. Bruno Fernandes, if this were real life, would be fuming at Ciron, taking the penalty duties and sadly messing them up. Xavier, who have been trying to find that goal, unable to do so. Now the little bit of showboating, playing it out from the back has led to a repossession for Portugal. However, they give it straight back to Kante.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, as the English fans have opted to call him. Not the Man United fans, they hate it when we call him that, but maybe another chance straight down the other end for Fairfield. It's going to be Ben Yedder running forward. Ball roll, great bit of skill. Well defended in the end, though. And I think the problem I'm having right now with the Xavier player and how he's defending, he's not letting go of the sprint button when he's defending. You just want to hold LT, just jockey You don't really need to commit too much. Also, you know, you don't really want to be lunging in the box either. So just hold your ground. You don't really need to. You don't need to overcommit. You don't need to chase down players. And there, look, he's just backing off to give him too much room once again. And there's Mbappe. Going to be wide though. He's not going to finish at that time, but maybe just giving him a bit too much room at times. Needs to get a bit closer, but don't hold the sprint button. You know, keep tight to the man, but don't sprint too often, because that is when, you know, you can give way too much space and they just completely go past you.
And when you've got a player of Mbappe's of quality, then you really can't afford to do that. As you say, basically fastest attacker in the game, great skill moves to boot, and he's been able to make use of that space absolutely brilliantly. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4 he's scored at this point, but very easily could have been another one added to his tally there had he hit the net. Yeah,
exactly, and you can see Fairfield aren't holding up at all. They're going for another attack. It's already 5-0, but they're bringing off attackers for different attackers. You know, they aren't holding back. They want more. There's only 7 minutes left to go, but they want another goal. Cristiano Ronaldo coming forward here. Can't quite find anybody in the middle. Does have to go back out through the midfield. And this is more like it. You know, the first real bit of possession we've seen Xavier get at all in this game. Unfortunately, couldn't come to anything, but you do just need to hold on to the ball. You can't really... You need to protect it, like a newborn baby. You just need to hold on to it. Don't let it go.
Oh, Portugal have been unable to pierce the French defence. The same cannot be said the other way around. It is 6-0. Griezmann finds his way onto the score sheet this time.
Well, it's been an absolute landslide, hasn't it? It's been an absolute landslide of a game for Fairfield.
It's that Simpsons meme. It's the stop, he's already dead.
Exactly. He is down, he is out, and, well, this one could be over, but obviously we've got a second game yet to come, so hopefully we can see a bit more of a bit of a closer game. We shall see, though.
Question marks for sure over the Portugal pick. However, no question marks for the dominance that France have put out in this game. Final whistle is blown. It is going to be a 6-0 victory to Fairfield over Xavier in the first leg of this 2-game tie.
Well, there it is. That is the end of that one, and that is the end of the first leg. It is going to be Fairfield going 6-0 up. Wowee. That is an absolutely incredible game from Fairfield, and Xavier... not looking good. Not a great start to the spring split for them, but obviously they've got the second leg to potentially, you know, claw something back, some dignity, anything really.
Yeah, very true. And we'll be back to see that second game. Are we taking a short break, or are we sticking around?
We're going to quickly throw it to a quick break, and then obviously we'll come back and bring you the second leg, and hopefully we can have a bit more of an interesting one for you guys. So we'll be back in a moment. Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to EGFC Season 2 Spring Split. We are back for the second leg here of this Fairfield versus Xavier University game. My name is George GNC, joined by Stan Greyheart Barker, the ever fantastic, ever beautiful looking with that gorgeous mane. And we should just about be ready to get into game number 2.
Looking forward to this one, of course. Things were a bit one-sided first time round. We saw the... we did not see the Netherlands. That was in our first match of the night. We saw Portugal up against France this time round. We're going to swap to some regional teams rather than national ones, and it's going to be Tottenham going up against PSG.
Yeah, it's going to be. It should be a decent game. Fairfield have not changed. Fairfield haven't changed players, but Xavier University have changed players. So hopefully it will be a little bit of a closer game. Now Xavier have changed. Obviously, Baby Bolt couldn't quite do the deal in the first one, but oh dear,
Yeah,
oh dear.
Things have started in this game much the same way they ended in the last Fairfield, now with a 7-0 aggregate scoreline up against their opposition. And the change of players has not worked out in the opening seconds.
No, it definitely has not. It definitely has not worked out in the way they would have hoped. But we shall see. We'll see. I definitely can't see there being any, 7-1 wins from Xavier, but maybe they can get a couple of goals back, a goal or two. Neymar Jr. with the rainbow flicks it back onto his left foot. Can't quite find the back of the net, though. It was a good block, and I don't mind. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, rainbow flick into back heel, into volley. That's a level of showboating we didn't see in the first game.
Yeah, I think that's going to come a lot more in this game as well, to be honest. I think there's going to be a lot of that, a lot of showboating, a lot of unnecessary skill moves. But hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And that pass isn't going to quite find its intended target. But, so far, obviously, the first game of the stream was very good between Marquette University and St. John University. It was a very good game, ending off at 4-2 on aggregate, or 4-3. Sorry, no, 4-2. I am right, 4-2 on aggregate. Obviously, fantastic game.
Wasn't it?
4-2 in the end on aggregate. 3-2 in the second game, 1-0 in the first game.
For some reason I thought it was 2-2, but then there was that last. Was there a goal at the end?
There must have been, but either way, it's been fun.
You've got me questioning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've got the score sheets. I've got the score sheets next to me, but so far in this game, obviously, it hasn't really reached that level of hype that we got in the first one. But obviously, in this one, there is another goal, and it is going to be Neymar Jr. once again, and that is something that he didn't quite get with the France team. He didn't get that power of Neymar Jr.
Yeah, that's going to be a couple of fairly early goals coming in. Fairfield yet again showing their dominance. We are going to see Xavier making a little bit of an attack, but once again it is broken up before it gets anywhere near the opposition penalty area. We haven't seen any danger yet being put on to the PSG keeper, who is nice and happy in his own penalty area, probably just reading a book or something.
Yeah, something like that. And Neymar Jr., he's twisting and turning. The problem is with the Xavier play, he needs to get closer. He needs to get way closer in that situation. He's backed off. He's given him, I don't know, 3 or 4 yards worth of room. That's too much room for Neymar. He will run past you with that amount of space. Or if you are going to give him that much space, you just need to stand still. And there is that little flick up, chip it over the back of yourself. And Neymar, lovely little flip-flap, can't quite find the back of the net. It's a good block, but as you can see, there is a ridiculous amount of showboating going on here.
It does feel like Neymar put on the skill boots rather than the shooting boots so far in this game, but certainly some nice plays coming through. Kind of always like to see a bit of a punish coming through. It'd be nice if maybe Xavier were able to get 1 or 2 back to punish the showboating, but it seems like it's going to go the other way, if anything. Mbappe getting closed down the last second. Reguilon now trying to go out to the wing, trying to stop Di Maria, who plays the ball inside. Ball's cleared out as Tottenham come out with one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, not give advice to the Xavier player, but try and break down the play a little bit in the defence. He's moving the left analog stick far too much. Needs to almost be a little bit more passive, but there is a chance for Gareth Bale here. Can he find the back of the net? Needs to get it onto the left foot. Can't quite find the back of the net this time, but still got the ball. Still got a chance to build up the play here.
Still not seeing the PSG keeper be worked, however, and it's going to be a break coming out as we do see Di Maria this time at the end of his own penalty area.
Yeah, Keylor Navas just sitting in goal. Doesn't really need to do too much, to be honest, does he? Just chilling out, having a drink, maybe chatting with the fans. Who knows? Hopefully socially distanced, of course. And so far in this game, obviously, it's difficult. It's difficult for Xavier, to be honest. They've picked Spurs, which may be more of a comfort team, maybe just their favourite team. Who knows? But yeah, definitely not one of the most competitive teams. If you were playing, head-to-head online or something like that, Harry Kane doesn't really have much pace. You've got Heung-min Son, sure. You've got Gareth Bale, decent at the start of the year on Ultimate Team-wise. But, it's not particularly overpowered.
I save this time coming out of Lloris. Funny how we always seem to end up with Lloris and Mbappe in every game. Lloris this time being beaten by Neymar Jr., who found the rainbow plate into the goal beautifully.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on it. I'm not even going to make the comment because it's so far gone that the goals for Fairfield they aren't really very meaningful. Obviously, we'll see if Baby Bolt can potentially have a smaller deficit than in the first game. We shall see.
I think we're round about even for where the first game was. I think it was 3-0 at half-time in that one as well. Of course, the penalty miss that came in for Xavier was unfortunate and could have been them finding themselves a goal to at least restore a little bit of pride in the game, but wasn't to be with the crossbar denying Ronaldo in that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Xavier just. They know that the game's over. Oh, be careful, please. Be careful. I don't know whether it's just because they know that the game's over, that they're, not really trying too hard anymore, or whether that it's, they can't do anything. But just slow the play down. A lack of patience is definitely one thing that I will say that they've been missing. When they've got the ball, they're attacking, coming forward. They just need to slow it down. Calm it down, bring players forward, pass it around, wait for the gaps to open, not try and force the gaps. That's definitely one thing I've seen a lot so far. It's just a lack of patience.
So I'm intrigued. If you were the one playing for Xavier here, which team would you be picking up? I know you're a Liverpool fan, and they're obviously a strong team in the game with solid defence and attack options.
France.
Really?
If I wanted to be competitive, I'd be picking France just because you've got Mbappe, you've got Ben Yedder, two of the strongest players in the game. You've got Varane, Mendy, the two strongest left-back and centre-back partnership. You've also got Langley, who is a very good centre-back in his own right. It's just not even a struggle of an option. It's not even a thought. Maybe for the second team, I'd maybe go Liverpool, maybe go PSG. PSG's a little bit weaker in the midfield, in my opinion. They've only really got Verratti. You can see there Idrissa Gueye, not really the best players in the midfield. But yeah, probably either France, Liverpool, or Paris Saint-Germain, I would say.
I suppose with PSG, you get the strength of having Mbappe, much like with France, who had Neymar to that as well. So, yeah, I can certainly understand it. And we have seen in this game that the Fairfield player certainly favours having Mbappe on their team, and with good reason, given the number of goals that we've seen scored across these two games. That bleeding seems to have been stemmed somewhat in the first half of this game. Lloris has been worked a couple of times, but overall, Xavier looking a little bit stronger, looking to break themselves, looking to play the ball out wide, but unable to find Son. Instead, it's going to be Florenzi coming away with the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you could even go for, let me think, a team like maybe a Borussia Dortmund, Man United. There are still decent teams that aren't, France or Brazil or Paris Saint-Germain. Just because they haven't got Neymar or Messi, it doesn't mean Neymar or Mbappe, doesn't make them completely useless. There are plenty of teams you can use. It's just, I think the point of this match is Xavier just lacking the patience, overcommitting. You see there, comes straight forward trying to rush the ball, and now he's got space to run into, and he could just run because Sanchez is never catching Neymar. Obviously looking for the chip to the back post, never gonna go in really unless extremely lucky. But yeah, just a lack of patience.
Neymar looking for his fourth goal of the game. Instead, the break is going to come through. No foul given. It's going to be PSG reclaiming possession. Unfortunate moment on the other side of the pitch just before that Neymar shot that we saw Ali with the pitch really opening up before him. Unfortunately, the pass to his side that he found was one to Højbjerg, who is hardly the attacking option that was needed at that moment, and so 3-0 remains the scoreline. But we are we're well into the second half, and the like I say, bleeding has been stemmed. Perhaps still an opportunity for maybe a bit of redemption and a goal to come through from this Tottenham team controlled by Xavier.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe a chance, but there is going to be a chance there. And well played from Regulian to defend that one. But I think one thing we have not really talked about is the latency issue. As you can see, the red bar. Red bar usually means there's somewhere from around 90 to 100 plus ping.
Yeah, must be so tough.
Yeah, so obviously a massive issue. You know, if you played any game, you know, if you played CS:GO or any game really, Rainbow Six, League of Legends, 100 plus
League
ping. What's League of Legends? That is the question. You know, you'd be talking when you've got 100 plus ping, you're at a massive disadvantage.
Yeah, it definitely has been tough for them, and we do see that Fairfield have really made the most of all the advantages that have been put before them, some of which they've given themselves, others which maybe have been handed them on a plate as they take a corner.
Yeah, and so far in this one, I just can't get over the fact of the latency issue. I feel like that's the reason why he's maybe overcommitting, or they're overcommitting. Chance, good save from Lloris. Just trying to predict the play, maybe try and be proactive. I mean, proactive probably isn't the word to use, but you know, just try and, you know,
psychic almost is what is needed at this point. Yeah,
exactly.
What when to make it work. It's obviously very tough, and it is leading to this big disparity we're seeing between the two team score sheets.
Yeah, exactly. You almost need to see 0.1 of a second into the future every time, kind of thing. You know, it's very, very difficult to do that, but we'll see. We'll see if there's a goal in it for Xavier. Even one goal at this point would just be nice as a morale booster, but it looks like there's only one way it's going to go. Well defended from Regulian once again, though, who is defending quite well.
He's been a good introduction to this Tottenham squad. Certainly a clever signing that came through last year, and I see him playing well. Doherty, on the other hand, doesn't seem to have worked out quite so well.
Who was that? Sorry, Doherty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it he came from? It wasn't Sheffield from United, was it? Wolves, yeah.
Yeah.
He played really well at Wolves. He was one of their best players, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So it's a weird one. It's, you know, when a player comes from one Premier League team to the other, they usually play fairly decently, but it's obviously a philosophy change going from the Wolves manager, I've forgotten his name, to Jose Mourinho.
From Nuno, yeah. Yeah, I do agree with you. I think also it's a little bit of the sort of small fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
In comparison to what was probably the other way around back when he was at Wolves. So he was made to look very, very good. He had all these attacking returns. He was sort of the Jack Grealish of that team. You know, but in this case, bursting from defence rather than midfield. Goes over to Tottenham where he's not expected to do that, and he's not finding the minutes because Aurier is still playing well. So yeah, definitely tough for him. Full credit, by the way, to Xavier, who have been keeping a clean sheet this half so far, and I do hope that I've not cast a curse on them.
Well, we'll see. It's whipped into the middle of the area, and there's a chance. It's the bar.
Good lad, Maurice.
Oh dear. Almost. And it is going to go out for a goal kick. But yeah, I mean, the problem is Wolves have lost quite a few of their top players. You know, they lost Diogo Jota to Liverpool. They've lost Doherty to obviously Spurs, and now Wolves aren't looking too cracky. Obviously, Podence has done quite. I think it's Podence, right? That's been doing really well for them.
Yeah. The new Hazard, some people are saying.
Yeah, well, there you go. Maybe, you never know. Obviously, it'd be nice to see a new Hazard in the Premier League. Is that going to be a red card? I think it is.
Oh, it's certainly not looking good here. It's in the end just giving us a free kick, I believe, unless there's something I missed.
No, it was just a free kick.
I think the biggest loss as well for Wolves, certainly in the last few games, has been Jimenez out with that horrendous skull injury.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
And yeah, it's obviously a massive impact to lose your star striker. And speaking of losing things, that is going to be the game going over to Fairfield. A dominant win, 9-0 on aggregate, I believe it was in the end, and a really dominant showing. However, it was against the Xavier team with exceptional latency issues, making things a lot tougher for them.
Yeah, really hard game for Xavier, I'll be honest. Fairfield, you know, they played really well. I don't want to take that away from them. They played really well, really looked good attacking, everything like that. But it does have to be said that obviously the latency issues for Xavier, everything like that, it's difficult to look past. But either way, that is a fantastic place to end this week's Season 2 start for the spring split here at EGFC. Fairfield obviously winning 9-0 and Marquette winning 4-2 on aggregate. So congratulations to both the teams. We'll quickly go over and have a look at the schedule while we're here. So Marquette obviously picking up the 4-2 win. Fairfield picking up the 9-0 victory over Xavier, and Manhattan College versus William and Mary was postponed due to one of the schools being snowed in. I'm not sure which one. I don't know my American geography, so I'm not too sure where is getting snow right about now. But thank you all so much for watching. My name has been George GNC. You can check me out down below at GeorgeOverton_ on Twitter, joined by Stan Greyheart Barker. Hopefully we'll see more of him in the future weeks. Hopefully we'll be able to have him back. Make sure to go check him out at Greyheart99 over on Twitter. Any last words you want to say, Stan?
It's been a pleasure being on with you. Thanks for guiding me through. It's been a lot of fun watching these matches. Look forward to tuning in again.
There it is. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream, guys. Hopefully we will see you again next week. Make sure to come back tomorrow. We have some more EGF action for you. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day. Have a lovely rest of your evening, wherever you are around the world. And we'll catch you in the next one.